Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. We're just dealing with the international dateline, the Satan's little season, the missing 3 hours of time. So I kind of mentioned this before. We'll just go to the images here. So the international dateline is the shit show that we know. The international dateline. Oh, there's a better one maybe. Not bigger. So the international dateline, we've mentioned this before. It's all over the shop like a cheap suit. Absolutely makes no sense whatsoever when all the time zones are straight down. So what the fuck's going on? Well, what's going on is a very brief recap is they've deleted a bit of the map. They've absolutely deleted a bit of the map here, and there's a 3 hour time discrepancy between the islands. There's an island called Little Diomede Island. Is a remote rocky US island in the middle of the Bering Strait between Alaska and Siberia, home to 80 to 150 Inuit residents. So there's two islands, one slightly bigger than the other. See if I can get a picture of the above. This is basically the island. This is the settlement that's on the island. It's very what's the words I'm looking for? Basic, very basic to be honest. So yeah, here's a bit better picture. So here's the two islands, right? These two islands on the right here. Big Diomede is Russia. Little Diomede is American. And right between these two islands, the international date line runs. Now, on one side, there's a 3 hour discrepancy. They even mention this. There's a 21 hour time difference. Well, why isn't it 24? You know what I mean? That the clock's 24. So you can watch videos about this that's got nothing to do with what I'm saying on YouTube about Big Diomede and Little Diomede. And they'll even tell you in them documentaries that there's a 21 hour time difference. Or if you go from Little Diomede to Big Diomede, you actually jump back a full day. So, but there is a 21 hour time discrepancy. And if you go and watch any documentary you want about that, they will tell you that there's 21 hours. But you should, from what we know and what we've worked out as well, you should, from what we know that it's a 24 hour clock here, not a 21 hour clock. So what's the hell's gone on here? You know what I mean? What the hell's gone on? Well, what's gone on is they've deleted a part of the map, as we figured out. And how we figured that out is from old maps. Old maps show a big landmass in this area between Alaska and Russia, and there's 3 hours missing on the time zone here. So we have old maps that show an island, and we have a date line that's all over the fucking shop, to be honest, as we can see. And then we have a 3 hour time discrepancy. So the reality is they've deleted a part of the map. And again, I mentioned in another video, praise the person who figured this out, because this has been done for a long time and nobody figured this out for a long time. But we've figured it out now. They've deleted a part of the map. There is an island up here. The island was called Terra del Eso on the old maps. Again, many people have made videos about this. This is kind of the reasoning for Satan's little season as well. So, long story short, they've deleted a bit of the map. Now, the two islands which I mentioned are Big Diomede, which is Russian, and Little Diomede, which is American. Now, what I found interesting, why I made this video, was the meaning of Diomede. Here it is, the island. There's Big Diomede and Little Diomede. Diomede originates from ancient Greek, meaning diviningly cunning, or advised by Zeus, derived from Dios, Zeus divine, and Medos. So basically, divinely cunning. So the claim is that we've deleted a bit of the map. There's 3 hours missing, and in this area, was Terra del Lesso, which some people believe translates as the land of Jesus from Latin. So, we delete a bit of the map. We have Jesus mentioned, and the two islands right in between the two date lines are called Diomede, which means divinely cunning. So, yeah, is there a connection here? Do they think they're being divinely cunning by deleting a bit of the map, 3 hours, and hiding this land that we know is there from the old maps? Do they believe they're being divinely cunning? And again, they're hiding something divine, possibly. But I just thought that quite interesting that Diomede means divinely cunning. The two islands, Big Diomede, Little Diomede, again, can go and watch documentaries on YouTube or anywhere about these two islands, and it'll tell you there's a 21-hour time discrepancy, but the clock's 24 hours, so there's more proof we've deleted 3 hours. And again, we have old maps showing land in between this area, which have been deleted from the map. So why would you delete it off the map? And again, the answer can only really be this whole Terra del Lesso land of Jesus issue. I mean, why else would you delete a bit of the map? So, that's kind of the tale, to be honest. I just thought I'd give it a mention. What Diomede means divinely cunning. And we have the two islands called Diomede, which go right in between the international date line, which is proof of us deleting 3 hours of the map, and it's all kind of to do with Yeshua, Jesus, the land of Jesus. So, I mean, that gives a bit more gravity that people did call him Jesus, I suppose. If, I mean, it was Lesso as well, Terra del Lesso, so Jesus probably must just be a translation, but I'm not one for changing people's names, you know what I mean? I'm sticking with Yeshua, personally. But Jesus is a backup. I think Christ applies, but who knows, you know what I mean? We live in the land of deception here. Again, we've had 3 hours of the fucking map deleted here, and we've only just figured this out, you know what I mean? Why no one's questioned this fucking timeline? Like, look at the international date line. It's an absolute shit show, the likes of which you've never seen here. Why has no one questioned this? Why have we just accepted this and never thought, what's going on here? What is going on? So, yeah, well, what's going on is they've deleted a bit of the fucking map in 3 hours, and the old maps prove it, and the time zones prove it. Again, 21-hour time discrepancy, not a 24-hour time discrepancy. No, a 21-hour time discrepancy. So there you go. I think does it even say on this? We'll go with all. No, it doesn't say. It just says 2.4 miles from Russians' Big Diomede. So it's 2.4 miles away from the two islands, but 3 hours, the 3 hours difference, because the 21. You know what I mean? 2.4 miles is not 3 hours in time zones here. So basically, that's the crack. The international date line's a shit show. We deleted a bit of the map. There's two islands called Little Diomede, and Diomede means divinely cunning. So there we go. Take from it what you will. Be on your way. Take what you will and be on your way. I'll leave it there. Peace.